Strikes have killed at least 58 people and wounded more than 120 at the Ras Issa fuel port in Yemen. Houthi rebels reported the casualties, calling it one of the deadliest attacks since President Donald Trump escalated military operations against the Iran-backed group. The US military says it targeted the port to cut off fuel supplies and funding for the Houthis. In a statement, Central Command said American forces struck the site to stop what they called illegal revenue fueling Houthi attacks across the region. Meanwhile, Israel's military says it has intercepted a missile launched from Yemen. The projectile was fired by the Iran-backed Houthi group, which has repeatedly targeted Israel with missiles and drones. Air raid sirens sounded in several areas before Israel's aerial defense systems were activated and successfully neutralized. We are joined by Joshua Barnes, anchor and correspondent for NewsX World, to discuss this further. Joshua, what is the significance of this US airstrike on these Houthi ports?
Yes, absolutely, Thomas. So this strike is significant because in terms of civilian casualties, it is arguably the deadliest single action we've seen so far. Now, you mentioned already, of course, the US action on Yemen's Houthi rebels has been going on since the 15th of March. Now, in early stages, the first couple of days of strikes saw around 50 casualties. We move forward after almost daily strikes, and we're now in a situation where these US strikes on several areas around the same port have reportedly killed 58 people. Of course, these death tolls coming from Houthi-run and Houthi-affiliated local media, so these haven't been backed up by US reports. But if they are believed to be true, then this would be one of the largest, if not the largest, in terms of civilian casualty attacks that the US has launched so far. Some more backstory on this port in particular. It is vital not just only for goods, but also as a revenue stream for the Houthi rebels in Yemen. They get around 70% of their economy through this port. While looking at aid as well, humanitarian aid, around 80% comes into this area. Now, looking at potential reasons why the United States has targeted this port, of course, the Houthis sending missiles into the Red Sea, which is a major part of why the US have been doing this. It's been causing huge impacts on shipping lanes, also in the Gulf of Aden. But this port is a key hub and a key revenue driver. And of course, launching missiles on Israel, as you mentioned. In recent days and weeks, there have been a couple of separate attacks on Israel. So this is really taking the funds away, but at the cost of potentially 58 civilians, with hundreds injured potentially.
Joshua Barnes, thank you very much for joining us. You are staying with us.